The top stories: experts see Ethiopia's wheat and irrigation as key to Africa's food self-sufficiency. And Ethiopian Horticulture Producers Exporters Association says Hortiflora attracts 140 exhibitors, boosting sector momentum. Hello and welcome to BBC World, the voice of Pan-Africanism. With the news, I'm Tabitha John. Do stay with us. An investment and trade event in Brussels highlights business opportunities ahead of a major business mission to Addis Ababa. Ethiopia's ambassador to Belgium, Mesheti Tilahun, has called on investors from Belgium and Luxembourg to take advantage of business opportunities in agriculture, agro-processing, pharmaceuticals, tourism, mining, and ICT. The call came during a trade and investment promotion event held in Brussels on April 3rd, organized by the Ethiopian Embassy in collaboration with CBLACP. The event aimed to brief companies ahead of a high-level business mission to Ethiopia, scheduled from June 1 to 4. Luxembourg's ambassador to Ethiopia, Jean Crosser, and Belgium's ambassador to Ethiopia and the African Union, Annelies Verstichel, encouraged participants to engage, describing Ethiopia as a profitable investment destination. Over 40 Benelux companies attended, along with Ethiopian stakeholders, including the Ethiopian Investment Commission, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Addis Ababa Chamber of Commerce, and Ethiopian Airlines. Global food system experts have highlighted Ethiopia's wheat production and irrigation successes as potential models for Africa's path towards food self-sufficiency. As the continent faces growing food security challenges, Ethiopia's innovations in agricultural practices are being viewed as key strategies to inspire sustainable solutions across Africa, they indicated. Tegasarnisa reports.
Africa faces a triple burden of malnutrition encompassing undernutrition, micronutrient deficiencies, and overweight, with factors like poverty, conflict, and climate change exacerbating the issue. Ethiopia has been trying level-based to address malnutrition challenges through initiatives such as Bounty of the Basket, school feeding, increment of cluster farming, and also green legacy intervention strategies. Approached by ABC World, nutritionist Ambisa Muleta has underscored that to avert the micronutrient deficiencies, one has to take diversified food groups.
The food that we are consuming has to be diversified to avert the micronutrient deficiency or undernutrition cases. In another case, our consumption pattern is we are shifting from the natural types of consumption to the other shifting. That is, the food that we are consuming is more energy-rich foods. That means if we consume the foods like the cake, it's very rich in carbohydrates. The carb-rich foods or processed foods are leading to obesity. So we do have two issues.
Ambisa further highlighted that Ethiopia's bold initiatives, Bounty of the Basket, school feeding, and increment of cluster farming can help curb issues related with malnutrition.
The food security issue is depending on, there are the issues which has to be considered in the case of the food security. One is unavailability. The second one is accessibility. The third one is utilization. So the issue which is related with the bounty of food is having and making the food to be available at household level or at national level to consume it. So if we ensure the availability of the food due to by ample production, like the Limatrufat or as you mentioned earlier, the bounty food, so people can use it that one.
Cross-sectoral collaborations has to be put in place, he says, in order to alleviate communal challenges encountered.
A single sector or the public or the partner or the private or everybody has to be engaged effectively in a coordinated way, in a certain synergy way. Otherwise, if some sectors or the public is working alone, we couldn't bring it what we are expecting. And if the partners are working alone, again, they didn't achieve it what we are being planning. So synergy is the most important. All responsibilities, the government, the partner, even the public, and again that of the private sectors should have to work in a synergy to bring it the expected outcomes that we are working on.
With regard to tackling climate change crisis, Hambisa stressed that collective actions need to be taken.
Ahead of time, if you plan it and if you integrated the climate issues, the climate action activities or interventions in our activities at the government level, at individual level, we can minimize the risk of the climate and its risk in terms of the health, its risk in terms of the nutrition, its risk in terms of the livelihood has to be minimized if we are incorporating of every aspect of the climate action in our activities, and we have to be aligned our efforts in a collaborative ways.
According to UNICEF, nearly 2 million children across Africa are malnourished at risk of death due to shortage of funding to therapeutic food.
Foreign business leaders attending the 9th edition of the International Horticulture and Floriculture Trade Fair at Millennium Hall have praised Ethiopia's vast potential in the horticulture and floriculture sectors. Despite this, they emphasized the need for dynamic frameworks and stronger cooperation between local governments and exporter associations to enhance the country's horticulture export. Shagai Yamata reports.
The horticulture subsector is playing a profound role in earning foreign currency from export trade and improving the livelihood of the society. Over the last 8 months, Ethiopia earned $366 million from export trade, and it has also created decent job opportunities in Ethiopia, where 80% of them are women. Foreign firms heads who participated at the 9th edition of International Floriculture and Horticulture Trade Fair in Addis Ababa hailed Ethiopia's immense potential in horticulture and floriculture industry.
Ethiopia is a beautiful country and I really love Ethiopia. And secondly, I think the opportunities in Ethiopia are unbelievable. Ethiopia can be the biggest in the world.
For Ethiopia is a very good alternative to have the possibility to grow blueberries as well, so that you can have more diversify your production, not only flowers, not only avocados, etc. You can have a new crop. So this is the first thing. The second is that Ethiopia has very good conditions for growing some blueberry varieties. So we can produce good product, and we can achieve a lot of market.
They also indicated that the trade fair organized by the Ethiopian Horticulture Producer Exporters Association at the Millennium Hall is vital to meet customers and make connections with the stakeholders who participate in the horticulture value chain.
What we try to, as a company that we exhibit here, is important for us to meet our customers, to also meet our potential customers, and also to exhibit new products which are actual. For instance, we provide quite a bit of materials which are concerning with FCM. FCM is false codling moth, is like a big issue in the country, not only for Ethiopia but also for Kenya, because when when farmers have this false codling moth and they export their products to Europe, they get banned. So it's crucial that advice and products are provided in order to fight this plague.
They also called for dynamic frameworks and cooperation between local governments and exporter associations to do better business.
For foreign investors, it's very important that we have a working framework and that the regulations are relatively stable. They never are completely stable because we are changing, but they cannot change too fast. We have to have some framework so that we say, I will invest here, and in 20 years or in 10 years, I will recover my investment and I will have this and this situation. But if everything is changing every year, it's difficult.
The cooperation between the local government, the association which is covering for the growers like EFEA, and companies like ours, I think if we cooperate in a better way and with a better understanding, I think that we can help the farmers. I think that must be the goal, and also to make sure that by cooperating that we share knowledge to upgrade the situation and see that we can help them.
The 9th International Floriculture and Horticulture Trade Fair, which was held at Millennium Hall in Addis Ababa for 3 days under the theme Horticulture for Sustainable Ethiopia, was concluded Thursday.
And finally, the 9th edition of the Hortiflora International Trade Fair held in Addis Ababa from April 1st to 3rd, 2025 served as a major platform to draw investors and to spotlight the country's growing agricultural diversity. Ethiopia's horticulture sector is gaining momentum as the Hortiflora International Trade Fair attracts a record 140 exhibitors. Johannes Fentahun has more.
The 9th edition of the Horticulture International Trade Fair held in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia from April 1st to 3rd, 2025 marked a significant milestone for the country's horticulture sector. With 140 exhibitors, this year's fair had the largest turnout, showcasing the growth and diversity of Ethiopia's horticultural exporters, including flowers, fruits and vegetables. The event, organized by HPP Exhibitions and the Ethiopian Horticulture Producers Exporters Association, has established itself as a premier platform connecting international buyers, growers and investors. The Ethiopian Horticulture Producers Exporters Association Executive Director Teros Zewde expressed the very focus of the exhibition.
The very focus of this show is number one, to sell the Ethiopian horticulture brand internationally, and the second important focus is the B2B. So producers will meet with their buyers, with their input suppliers, and the input suppliers also, they will sell their products. So lots of agreements, sales agreements are being inked in the last 2 days at the Millennium Hall, and today also we do expect a number of sales deals to be inked as well.
The executive director also highlighted the fair's importance in showcasing Ethiopia's horticultural advancements and attracting investment.
In this exhibition, we do have commercial farms as well as smallholder farms with their products. So buyers from all the world are around, including sourcing managers of major supermarkets internationally, wholesalers and importers from Middle East, Europe and other continents in the world. So they are meeting, they are reviewing, they are negotiating volumes, quality issues, mode of delivery and the like. It's been quite interesting for us.
Ethiopia's horticulture industry is set to play a crucial role in both national and continental economic development, especially as the country's population grows and the demand for agricultural exports rises.
You're watching EBC. Here's a quick reminder of the headlines. Experts see Ethiopia's wheat and irrigation as key to Africa's food self-sufficiency. And Ethiopian Horticulture Producer Exporters Association says Hortiflora attracts 140 exhibitors, boosting sector momentum. That's all we had for now. I'm Tabitha John. Many thanks for watching. Goodbye for now.